Morning friends. Today we are going to study about the different kind of properties of lubrication. So lubrication is the very important thing in the machine design. Why? Because the lubrication is going to be used at every and each and every part of the engine, also the machine elements and gear elements. Right? Now, in our machine design subject, we had already studied about the design of the IC engine component, design of the bearings, design of the gears, right? So at every place, the lubrication must be needed during the process. So we are going to study about the mechanical properties of the lubrication. So first property of the lubrication is the viscosity and viscosity, right? So what is the viscosity and how it will be calculated? So first, as per shown in figure, the plate is resting on the top of the oil film thickness H, right? In the figure you see that a plate a plate having area A is resting on the top of the oil film which has thickness H, right, and is being moved with the velocity of U, right. The oil film thickness oil is moving with the velocity of u under the action of force of F, right. Why? Because the force which is exerted on the plate, force is exerted on the plate. Now due to this exerted force, the velocity is u, which is also can be transferred to the oil, right. When the plate moves, it does not slide along on the top of the film, right. Means when the force is exerted on the plate and plate is going to be moved from its place, then it is not going to move only only the top slide of the oil film, right, but the oil adheres tightly to the plate and the motion is accompanied by slip or shear between the oil particles throughout the entire height of the film, right. So due to this the slip or shear forces which is uh, shear, slip or shear during the throughout entire height of the film, the all oil particles try to move in the direction of the plate, right. Thus if plate and contacting layer of the oil move with velocity u, the velocity at intermediate height is directly proportional to the distance from the fixed or bottom plate, right, as shown in this figure. Now the oil film is try to move in the direction of the in the direction of the plate, but due to the frictional forces or frictional losses and due to the transfer the velocity is going to be decreased layer by layer. So the relation between the velocity of plate to the whole throughout the entire oil film is directly proportional to the distance from the fixed or the bottom plate, right. So what is the relation? Is the relation according to the newtons, the shearing straight in the oil film varies directly with the velocity u and inversely with the film thickness h, right. So shearing stress which is produced in the oil film is directly proportional to the force which is exerted on the plate, but it is inversely proportional to the thickness h of or thickness of the oil film, right. So hence shearing stress is equal to mu into u upon h, right. The factor of proportionality mu is called as the coefficient of viscosity or simply the viscosity, right. This equation assumes that the area A is very large as compared to H in order that disturbances around in order that disturbances around the edges may be neglected. Viscosity is measure of the ability of lubricant to resist shearing stress, right? Means, what is the viscosity? Viscosity is the uh, property of viscous element like a fluid element, right? in which it raises the shear stress between two layers, right? If there is a oil film, then the shear stress which is produced from one layer to another layer, due to these shear stresses, one layer try to force the another layer to move in its direction, right? So viscosity is oppose this force. Viscosity is try to oppose this force. When the viscosity is higher, when the value of the viscosity is going to be as much as higher, that the total shear stress going to be absorbed by the viscosity, then that layer should be in steady motion, right? If the viscosity is not as much as the shear stress amount, then the layer is going to try to move at the direction of the force. So viscosity is the measure of the ability of the lubricant to resist the shearing stress. It is molecular phenomenon, and the work done by the force F is turned into the heat which raise the temperature of the oil and the surrounding parts. Right? Now measurement of the viscosity. The unit of the viscosity is metric system is called the poise. The equation indicates that its dimensions are 9 second per centimeter square. Right? How? The equation is mu is equal to shear stress into H divided by U. Thus, as shown in this figure, right? As shown in figure, if a force F of 19 is required to maintain a plate of 1 centimeter square centimeter area and 1 centimeter film thickness at velocity of 1 centimeter per second, the oil would have a viscosity of 1 poise, right? The viscosity of most lubricating oil is less than 1 poise, and the centipoise or 1 upon 100 of a poise represented by Z is used in lubrication calculation. The viscosity of water at 68.4 Fahrenheit is equal to 1 centipoise. It can be easily shown that the following equation transfer viscosity from dynes and second per centimeter square to English system pound second per inch square, right? Another unit is in use is the kinematic viscosity, mu, right? Kinematic viscosity nu, it is called in the metric system the stroke, and is found by dividing the viscosity in poise by rho, the density in mass per cubic centimeter. Since the dimension of the rho are 9 second square per centimeter raised to 4, the dimension of nu are centimeter square per second. A centistroke is equal to 0.01 stroke, right? So these are the measurement of the viscosity. Now we are going to study about the viscosity index, a widely used method for specifying the rate of change of viscosity with temperature, right? Means, viscosity index is the viscosity rate of change of viscosity with respect to temperature, is known as viscosity index. The method was originally devised by testing sample of oil made from two extreme types of crudes. The series of oils having small change of viscosity with temperature were given viscosity index of 100, right? Now, How can we measure, or how can we decide the viscosity index, means the uh, viscosity of the lubrication system? Then it is known as the ZNP curve. The phenomenon which take place when a shaft is rotating in a bearing, the presence of a lubricant can be represented by extremely determined curve, right, which is known as Zn by P. Now, what is the Z? Z is the viscosity in centipoise, N is speed in RPM, and P is the load in PSI. The load which is exerted on the journal by the bearing, right? Now, the ordinate is taken as the coefficient of friction F, where F is the ratio of the tangential frictional force to the load carrying by the bearings. Now, for the Zn by P ratio, the diagram is shown in this figure, right? The F is the coefficient of friction, and here the Zn by P. Vertical axis, y-axis is shown as the coefficient of friction, where Zn by P horizontal line is shown as the Zn by P ratio. Now here, 3 points are there, point A, point B and point D. During the point AB, or in the portion of point AB, the oil film thickness is very thin. Oil film thickness is very thin, and the bearing operates in the regional boundary friction, where intermolecular forces and perhaps intercooling of bearing surface cause most of the friction. So during the portion of AB, the thin oil film thickness, the most friction is going to be produced during the process of the bearing, right? So during this operation, during the thin oil film thickness operation, the actional force is required to lubricate the bearing, lubricate the bearing at regular interval. Why? Because due to the thin lubrication system, or thin film lubrication, there are most frictional losses is going to be occur, and and uh, and to avoid the uncircumstances failure in the bearings, we have to require to supply the external forces bearing lubrication system in the thin film oil lubrication, right? Now during the B to C, from B to C, the oil film is going to be thicker, and the molecular forces and degree of roughness of surface are less important. Viscous force are being to prevail, right? So during the b2c during the b2c, the oil film thickness between the journal and bearing is going to be thicker, and during this time period, or during this type of lubrication available between the bearing and journal, no external forces is required to provide the external lubrication to the bearing, right? After regional C to D, the value of the friction is largely independent of the smoothness of surface of the kind of metal used for the bearing. It depends almost entirely on the viscosity of the lubrication, right? Here the film is relatively thick, copious supply of lubricant is required. It is only in this region that the hydrodynamic theories, as discussed, is valid, right? So during this section of C to D, right, the most thicker lubricant are available between the bearing and journal, right? So during this section, there is no frictional losses is occurs between the bearing and journal, but the frictional losses is generated due to the viscous of the lubricant, right? And during this section only during this section the hydrodynamic bearings or hydrodynamic concepts are going to be valid. Before this section, or you can say that the section AB and section BC, there is a hydrostatic bearings are going to be used, in which the actional forces are used to lubricate the bearing and journal.